Gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you another audio commentary, this time from the series between ESTRO and Korean Air Force Ace. This is going to be the fourth set between Anytime and Really, and this should be pretty sweet. I saw bits and pieces of this game. I don't actually know who won, but I saw bits and pieces of this game, and it looked absolutely amazing and epic, and it's highly recommended. Pretty much no one has a bad thing to say about this game. It should be sick. I have a general idea of how it goes, but I'm not going to ruin anything for you. I won't say anything in terms of when it ends or anything like that. I'll try and hide it from you as much as possible. Yeah, this is the second of the 3 games that I wanted to bring you from the game from Monday the 7th. There's one more game after this that I'm going to do, and maybe a fourth, but I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do a fourth set or not, or if I'll just move on to maybe one of the next couple days, because there's some other good games coming out right now. Just looking, Lita and Light was supposed to be just a ridiculous TVT. I didn't actually see it, but from what I hear, it was just absolutely amazing, and I am definitely going to cast that one as well. So, yeah, in the future, look out for that one. And Anytime going out with a probe after pylon scout. So he's going with a very early scout here. Going to go for that gas deal. This is a 2-player map, so he knows exactly where it really is. And he should be able to get there, and it's going to be very, very close whether or not he gets it or not. If Really was placing his supply depot at his entrance, he would see that probe coming in very, very early and be able to stop the gas deal. But now it's going to be very, very close whether he gets it or not. And no, he doesn't. It's going to be a gas deal. Really getting gas stolen. Oh, that sucks. Poor Really. So Anytime, what are Really's options at this point? Really can be really lame and go for, like, throw down double racks and like try and push or something. I hate that build. Or he could a manor pylon too. Or he can maybe do like a 1 racks into CC, something like that, and try and go for an expansionary build since he is going to have some excess money. Of course, then he's got to watch out for some of the early zealot harassment and things that are likely to come following a gas steal and a manor pylon. Zealot harassment is just pretty much the next thing in the line of just being an annoying Protoss player. And he's allowing that pylon to warp in, catching, I believe, 2 SCVs, I believe, and disrupting mining at 2 or 3 of the patches as well. So nice little play there by Anytime, getting a little bit of a lead in this game. Just being a nuisance, a general nuisance, delaying the tech, delaying a lot of things for Really, which is very, very cool. And I think this is a good strategy for him to use against Really, because Really has been playing a lot of standard games recently and doing, oh my lord, doing another manor pylon. As the first one goes down, he does another manor pylon, catching 2 or 3 SCVs once again. So Anytime just being an absolute jerk right now, and I love it. I love this probe. I wish I could do this kind of this probe work. This is just absolutely awesome and sweet. It looks like Anytime's going to take this opportunity to go take a very, very early second base as well. Just going to try and gain as many advantages as he possibly can. That is amazing. But what I was saying before is Really has been doing very, very well. His games are one of the hardest to communicate, because you can't use the word really as an adjective because that's his freaking name. So like I find myself grasping for words sometimes. And the assimilator's about to go down. If Anytime was to come back down, he might be able to steal it again, but I think he may have run his probe away already with that 1 Marine that was ready there to start doing that damage. So finally, Really's going to get his refinery, finally going to get all of his mineral patches open. And, wow, I just cannot finish the thought, can I? Wow, I am awful today. I cannot finish the thought. Really has been doing very, very well so far. In fact, so well that he may, if not officially, he is getting very close to officially becoming the new ace for ESTRO, surpassing Up Magic, the old guard Up Magic, who's been their ace for quite some time, been a very, very strong player. Neither of these players have really gone on into, like, deep into Star Leagues very often. Neither of them are really a threat for that sort of thing, but they both play pretty solidly in the Pro League, and Really is, I can't remember what he is. He's something ridiculous, like maybe like, I want to say like 7-3 or 7-4, something like that. I want to say in the first round of the Pro League, and just doing fantastic. Finally, we're seeing the second gate and the cybernetics will come down for Anytime. Obviously, not only did he delay Really's tech, he delayed himself a little bit because he went for 2 manor pylons and that gas deal. So he was 300 minerals behind there as well. But still very, very worth it overall in this case, just because of how much harassment, how annoying that really was for Really to deal with. And yeah, there it is already. I'm already using Really as both an adjective and as a player. I may just start referring to him as the Terran, do it tasteless style, because, well, it might be more effective and efficient, and it'll be less confusing for everyone. Now, this map, Match Point, is actually a really fun map, PvT. I'm gonna take a glance at it, see if there's any racial imbalances at the pro level. I can't see too many games we've been playing on it. PvT, it's 5-7 or so, 5-7, something like that. So I don't know if this game is included in that or not, but it's pretty even so far. Not enough games really played on it for it to be significant. But Arbiter play is very fun on this map. I suspect that carriers could also be viable. Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of valleys and things that you can catch Goliaths and a lot of cliffs, but I don't know if they're wide enough necessarily to. I don't know. I think carriers would also be viable. I haven't seen carriers yet on this map. I've seen arbiters coming out pretty much every time for Protoss players, and it's very, very effective just because of recalls and how vertical the map is. The map is so vertical that coming horizontally with recalls, there's so many points where the Terran has to defend, and really the only thing that can stop it is like mass turrets and really good scouting with Science Vessel EMP, which can sometimes be a problem. And we got a Dragoon out right now for Anytime at the door of really picking at this barracks right now. I don't think he has range upgraded yet, so he's probably not. So he's trying to avoid that bunker right now. And really coming in with an SCV as well, going to try and get a scout out. A couple Dragoons here for Anytime, and Anytime not noticing. Oh, bad play by Anytime, allowing that SCV to come through. So that SCV is going to get pretty much an entire full, nice, beautiful, pretty, gorgeous scout. Seeing that the Cybernetics core is still spinning, so range is not upgraded, although he probably already knows that from watching the Dragoon. And he knows that no other tech has really been placed yet, at least it doesn't appear so to him. So unless something is hidden, I think he's going to assume that Anytime's likely to push maybe for an early third right now, and that is what I'm suspecting right now, that Anytime's going to go try and get an early third base, and try and just drive home a really strong economic lead. Range has completed, so these Dragoons are outranging that bunker. Siege Tank is out, but I don't think Siege Tank has not been completed. Actually, I take that back. That was a Robo Bay actually at the front there, so that was some tech has come down, and a Citadel Vadune also being placed. So this could be for Storm drops, DT drops, either or. And observers should also come out relatively soon as well. So a lot of options right now for Anytime. And this is one of the things I really like about Protoss. Even if you see a robotics facility and a Citadel, you don't know if it's for DT drops, High Templar drops, just normal DTs. If the Robo is just for observers, if there's going to be late Reavers, like there's so many things you can do as Protoss that is pretty cool here. And really pushing out now with some Vultures and Mines, going to force the forces back for Anytime, and Anytime is retreating pretty strongly back to his base. Going to try and make sure that these Vultures don't get too much of a run by. That's really the goal right now, because if these Vultures get a run by, it could just be so devastating right now. And he hasn't really picked off any of the Vultures yet, but he has done some damage to most of them. Mines going down everywhere, and we'll see how Anytime deals with them. And a couple Dragoons are falling right now to 2 Mines, as well as a couple of the Vultures as well. And we've got one Dragoon in a gap trying to survive right now against this Mine and these Vultures, and the Mine takes it down. So now Vultures are into the base of Anytime, but he's got some reinforcing Vultures, and these reinforcing Vultures may be enough, taking out one of the Vultures, 2 of the Vultures, 1 Vulture left. It's got very little HP. No, it's got about half HP, but more reinforcements. I think Anytime was preparing for a possible drop there. He had 3 Dragoons there at the left northern end of his main base, and though that was a great by him, even though it wasn't a drop, it worked out the same way, and that those forces were there and available to deter that kind of harassment. And most importantly, he has hidden his Stargate and the Arbiter Tribunal. The Citadel of Vadune has been seen, but not the Templar Archives or the Stargate. So pretty early Arbiters coming out in this game. We're only about 8.5 minutes in or so, so that's going to be very, very fast Arbiter tech, that is for sure. And it looks like Anytime's getting that third base at the mineral only there at the, let's call it 330 base. And yeah, so he's going to get a little bit of an economic edge here. Going to try and get that tech advantage with the Arbiters. And first Arbiter coming out at 9 or 10 minutes can just be absolutely devastating. That is so early. Normally you wait until 3 gas before a Protoss player will really start pumping out Arbiters, but we're going to see 2 gas